This is the new wastewater treatment works at Wellington docks in Liverpool. The Layher all-round shoring tower, TG60, is playing a crucial role in its construction. Let's take a look. Now, this is one of 8 cells, a big tank if you like, and around me you'll see these high pillars which in time will support a second story and a tank above it. Work on the falsework has already started, utilising the Layher all-round shoring tower TG60. Yesterday the scaffolders received detailed training on the system so they could start work today. This is Steve Burrows, who's the scaffolding supervisor for Bowercross Construction. Now Steve, you were introduced to the all-round shoring tower yesterday and did some training. How are the guys taken to it?
Yeah, they're taking to it really well. They did a couple of hours in classroom yesterday, then we came on site and did some practical. They're finding it very good and efficient to work with.
So it's quite different to what they've used before. Is it quick for them?
Yeah, well, most of these guys are what we call tube and fitting scaffolders. They've adopted to this quickly, and this is a very safe system to work with. This system, it works to our British standard SG 410 system, which enables us always to be behind a protected handrail.
So it's quite a substantial project. How quickly do you think, compared to standard scaffolding, this is going to be?
We're just using system for the first time, as we said, as from yesterday. I can see we're making a lot more progress than we would with a normal shoring system.
TG60 utilises all of the elements of the Layher all-round system, but in addition it has 3 sizes of high tensile frame to reduce the number of components, speed up construction.
Assembly starts with setting up of the adjustable base plate and adjusting of the spindle extension. Then the base frames are inserted. These each have 2 rosettes, at the top and the bottom. At the level of the first rosette, the horizontal diagonal brace is fitted. The base frames are stiffened by installation of the ledges and diagonal braces. The assembly decks are now placed onto the ledges at the level of the second rosette. The result is a closed and non-slip deck level. It ensures a sure footing during the entire assembly and dismantling process, even in bad weather conditions. The second step now follows. The 2 shoring frames are simply fitted into place. Just like with the base frame, this is then followed by installation of the all-round ledges and diagonal braces. The all-round ledges are 1 meter above the deck level. They both enhance stability and meet operating safety regulations thanks to their integrated side protection. In this way, a safer upright assembly is possible without any further accessories. Now the 1 meter high TG60 frames for the next section can be fitted. The final part is then formed, if required, using the 50 centimeter high spacer frame. Fit it on and then assemble ledges, diagonal braces and horizontal diagonal braces. Finished. Now the head jacks are fitted and adjusted to the required height. Finally, remove the assembly decks again and the Layher TG60 all-round shoring tower is ready to use.
After a few days, we returned to Wellington docks to see how the scaffolders had been getting on with TG60. So Steve, we're a few days in. We're now stood on the first deck. Do you think we'd be here at this time?
No, I didn't. I think we have moved on quicker than what we thought because the system's really effective.
And are the guys taking to it really well then?
Yeah, guys are doing tremendous. They're working really well as a team. They've got into a rhythm, into a working system really well.
Fantastic. So tell me what's happening now on the deck here. What will be the next stage here?
Well, as you can see, we're laying the steel now, ready for a 650mm concrete soffit to be poured, and then we'll be moving up for columns going up to the roof.
So it's a lot of concrete to go on top of that TG60 Falsework.
It's a lot of concrete, but this system, it will take that loading and everything's working really well.
So well ahead of schedule then.
Yeah, we're doing fine.
This is Phil Gorton of George Roberts Northwest. Now Phil, tell me, what's George Roberts' role within this project?
We're the main subcontract suppliers for all the Falsework design system on the contract for Bowercross and essentially for United Utilities, who are building the structure.
So you're very familiar with Layher products, you use them a lot, don't you?
Yes, we are. We're a major stockist of the Layher products.
So this is your first time at TG60?
Yes, it is. It's the first contract we've achieved and is now supplying with TG60. And it was a natural progression from George Roberts' company's point of view that we already knew the Layher product range to look at the TG60 system for this kind of project.
Is this a fairly substantial project for you?
In terms of the UK, it's a major project. It's one of the biggest concrete pours in Europe at this moment in time, and we're pleased to be associated with it, and obviously associated with all the contractors on site.
What's your view on how it's going so far?
Well, we're very pleased with it. We initially thought of a time scale for the build programme, and at the moment we are superseding that, which is great news. Hopefully it will continue and maybe even get better as the project progresses.
Now David, what convinced you to go with TG60?
When we were looking at the scheme, when we were at tender stage, I went through it with George Roberts, and with the TG60 it complied with all SG4 regulations.
So how's the system been performing for you?
It's been performing better than we'd planned. In fairness, time is money, to be honest, on a job like this, so when we can turn something around like that very quick, I'd say on any big jobs we ever win again, we'd be pushing for TG60.
So the Layher all-round shoring tower, TG60, is winning some friends here in Liverpool. Safety, speed, versatility, all having a big impact on this project.